Are you ready to take a trip out of this world as we learn about the moon today? My name is Fotini, and I'm so very excited to go on this adventure with all of you.
And my name is Rachel, and we're here at the Ontario Science Centre. We're safely far enough apart in a large room, Kids Park, that we're able to remove our masks so you can hear us more clearly. We're making sure we're following all provincial guidelines to keep safe, as I'm sure you all are as well. We're here together on land that's been taken care of by First Peoples, including the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, we're gonna reach down to touch the ground that we learn and play on. We'll reach high for the sky and thank all of those who came before us in the past and those in the present and future who care for this land.
Now, do you remember last week when we talked about a little bit about what astronomers do and some of the tools that they might use? Who remembers what we see in the night sky that twinkles into patterns? That's right, stars! But do you remember what a star is?
Oh, I'm hearing so many great answers, Fotini. Yes, so many of you are saying it. Stars are big balls of hot gas that are made up of, what was that gas called again? You're right, hydrogen.
Good job, friends. But let's see if we can trick you. We talked about this last week, so let's see who remembers. Is the sun a star? Whoa, oh my, Rachel, did you hear that? We got so many great answers, and you are correct. The sun is a star. Great job, little astronomers.
Today, we're going to learn about something else that we can see in the sky. The moon. What is your favorite thing about our moon? Oh, I hear some of you are saying that you like that it's so big. And Fotini, a lot of people are saying they like how bright it is in the sky. Yes, and many of you are saying that you like how the moon sometimes looks different. That's my favorite thing about the moon. It's so great that each of you have found different things about the moon that you love and that you find special.
Well, we have so much to share with all of you today, but before we do, we're going to share a special story about a little girl named May, who also loves the moon. Would you like to hear it? You would? Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. Today, we have a special book that we'll be reading called May and the Moon by Jamie Gigot, published by Ripple Grove Press. May loved the night sky and finding the moon. She thought the moon was following her because whenever she looked up, the moon was not far behind. May didn't mind being followed. She liked the moon very much. Sometimes May tried to catch the moon, but the moon was far too clever to be caught. So May lay down in the cool night grass and gazed up in wonder. They often played games together. Their favorite game was hide and seek. As the nights passed, May noticed that the moon was changing. It was getting thinner until one night, all that was left was a silver crescent. The next night, the moon was gone. Will the moon come back? May asked. Even moons need to rest, said her mom. But May could not rest. That night, she made a plan. And the next day, she got straight to work.
All right, May. Time to go in, called Papa. It's getting late.
But Papa, We are on our way to find the moon! May squealed with delight. She was so busy playing, she hadn't noticed that the moon was back and shining brightly. Oh, I missed you, moon. I'm so happy you're back, May whispered with a smile. And the moon smiled back. The end.
Wasn't that a lovely story? My favorite part was when May used her imagination to travel to the moon.
Well, my favorite part was when the moon disappeared and May didn't know where it went. But I sure was happy when the moon appeared again. What about our friends watching today? On the count of 3, could you tell us what you liked about the story? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I heard someone say that they like how the moon changed. Did you hear that? I heard someone else say that they liked when May went up to the moon. Oh, I heard a quiet voice, but I heard someone say that they liked it when the moon smiled at the end. Well, let's talk a little bit about where the moon went in the story. Rachel, the moon disappeared in the story and May couldn't find it. Could our moon ever disappear?
Well, not entirely, Fotini. Remember last week when we talked about how stars are always there in the sky, even though sometimes you can't see them? That's right, they were hiding. Well, sometimes the moon hides too. The moon doesn't make its own light, it only reflects light. It shines light back from our sun. So when parts of the moon look bright, that's because the sun is shining on that part of the moon. When the moon seems to disappear from the sky and look dark, the sun is shining on the far side of the moon, so it looks dark to us.
Okay, so sometimes the moon changes from night to night. Sometimes it's bright and sometimes it's dark. Does anyone know what we call the moon when it's all bright? It's okay if you don't know, you can ask your grown-up. Oh, I just heard someone say it's a full moon. Okay, but what about when it's dark? Does anyone know the name of the moon that we call when it's all dark? That's right, the new moon.
These names for the moon and how it looks are called phases. That might be a new word for some of you, so let's say it all together.
Phases. We see phases because the moon moves through space. It travels around our Earth. So you may notice that the moon changes from a new moon to a full moon and then back to a new moon once every month.
More like once a month, eh, Fotini?
Oh, Rachel, let's learn some more names of the phases of the moon. Now, we know this one, so let's say it together. New moon. Remember that the moon is still there, but it's hiding because it's dark. Let's pretend we are a new moon and hide our faces. Great work. Okay, now we have this new one. What do you think this phase is called?
Oh, I think I know.
Yes?
Is it a croissant moon?
A croissant moon? No, Rachel. More like a banana moon.
It might look like a croissant or a banana, and you can certainly call it those things, but this moon goes by the name of a crescent moon. Can you say that word crescent?
Crescent.
Let's all make a big crescent shape with our arms. Great job, friends. I'm seeing a lot of neat crescent moons out there.
Okay, so we just learned about the crescent moon. This next phase is a little bit tricky. It looks like half the moon is lit up. This must mean that this phase is called a half moon, right, Rachel?
Well, you might think so, Fotini. It certainly looks that way, but this one is called a quarter moon. That's why it's a bit tricky. The moon has traveled 1/4 of a way around the Earth, which is where it gets its name from.
Okay, now friends, Can you say quarter moon together with us?
Quarter moon.
Now make yourself into a quarter moon. Remember, it looks like half a moon.
Oh, I like this next phase, Fotini. The moon looks kind of puffy.
Me too, Rachel. It's my favorite. And this phase is called gibbous.
That's a funny word. Let's all say that word together.
Gibbous.
Let's puff out like a gibbous moon.
All right. Now this last phase, we already know. Call it out if you remember. Yes, it's a full moon. Spread your arms and make a great, big, beautiful moon. Now let's say them all together. Are you ready?
Full. Gibbous. Quarter. Crescent. And new. Very good, everyone.
Okay. Well, what about if we played a game of moons?
Great idea.
Rachel, I think that we can do some actions to our moon phases. Shall we have our friends try this with us?
It sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's start with the new moon. Then let's go into our crescent moon. Then we have our quarter moon, our gibbous moon, and our full moon. You were all so great, friends. But remember, I like to sing and dance. So let's keep going and try it again. Rachel, would you like to start this one?
Absolutely. Let's see if we can go a little bit faster, okay? We'll start with the new moon. New moon. Crescent moon. Quarter moon. Gibbous moon. And full moon. Oh, you're all so quick.
We learned a lot of new words today, friends. But to help you remember the phases of the moon and how they look in the sky and their different names, we have a fun activity for you to try. Here's one of our hosts, Victoria, to help guide you through how you can make your own moon phases and match them to the moon you see in the sky.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name's Victoria and I'm a host at the Ontario Science Centre. And today we are making moon phases out of gelatin. How cool! Now you should already have a list of all the materials and ingredients required. So let's just start and jump into this activity, won't we? Perfect. So first we're going to need a heat-safe bowl. We're going to pour in 2 cups of hot water. Now we're going to add in our 4 pouches of gelatin, which I've already put in this bowl. Now I'm going to use my spoon and I'm going to stir that until the gelatin starts to dissolve. This may take a little bit of time. All right, now that it has dissolved a little bit, we're gonna add in 2 more cups of hot water. And we're gonna keep stirring. Now that everything's mixed together, we're gonna pour our mixture into our baking tray. We're gonna let this mixture cool for about 15 minutes, and I'll see you soon. Now, you've probably noticed that our gelatin looks a little bit like water. And if you're anything like me, you'd like to get creative. So we're gonna add some food coloring, and then I'm gonna use a toothpick and I'm gonna swirl it all together to create a super cool design. We're gonna set aside our baking tray for a couple hours to let the gelatin fully set. So now it's been a couple hours or maybe overnight. We're going to begin cutting out our moon phases from the hardened gelatin mixture. So I'll be using the rim of a cup, or you can use a circular cookie cutter. It's up to you. And I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to press down into the gelatin mixture to get that circle shape You can either leave it in there, or you can take a spatula and lift that circle up and move it to some wax paper for the next step. Once we have our circle cut out of the gelatin, you can continue to use your cookie cutter, or you can use a butter knife to shape your moon, because the moon isn't always a circle. Sometimes it looks like a crescent shape. Now the final step is to carefully lift it up from either the baking tray or the wax paper and move it onto your window. Very cool! Your window moon phases out of gelatin are complete. Now for a bonus challenge, look out at the moon tonight and try to guess which phase of the moon matches the phases that you just made.
Wasn't that a fun activity? I hope you have a chance to match your homemade window clings to the phase of the moon that you see in the sky. We can't wait to hear from you next week to see what moon phase you observed in the sky.
Thank you so much, everyone. We hope you had fun with us today, learning all about the phases of the moon. Did you know that there are actually people who've traveled to the moon, and that those people have even walked on the moon? Can you imagine what that might have been like? Think about that and bring your questions for us next week, when we'll be talking all about people who live and work in space. Can't wait to spend some more time with you all. Take care. Bye.
Bye, friends.